going to be showing you the complete list of the best credit cards that you need to maximize your reward points. I've accumulated over 12.4 million points on Amex, and this is just one of my accounts. I want to show you the best credit cards that you can use to maximize your point earning. Basically travel anywhere you want for free. Now I've compiled a complete list, done all the work for you. I'm going to include all the links down below. Let's dive into the best credit cards to maximize rewards. The first one is the one you probably saw me waving around a little bit earlier, and that is going to be the American Express Gold Card. Now, this card allows you to earn 4 times points at restaurants and grocery stores. Now, there's an intro bonus as well. We'll talk about that in a second. It comes in gold and rose gold, although it's not necessarily the color that sells me on the card, but it's good to know. But anyways, down here, you'll see some of the benefits that you have. Now, I'll cover some of these other extra benefits in a second, but the big one to focus on is the multipliers. You can see here that you get 4 times points at restaurants. 4 times points at restaurants and grocery stores, those are some of the biggest expense items that you're likely gonna have personally. Normally, people think about points, they think about maybe around a cent, and usually you can get around a penny for points like this. That said, when you redeem it for travel, typically we've found points to be worth about 2 cents each. The best way to think about it is 1 cent of cash or 2 cents of travel. So when you're getting 4 times points, that's almost like 4 cents cash back or 8 cents worth of travel on every dollar you spend on dining and groceries, which can really add up quickly. You'll also see it as a $120 Uber cash credit as well, so you get $10 per month on Uber and Uber Eats. You also get a $120 dining credit as well, in addition to that you could use at Grubhub, Cheesecake Factory, Shake Shack, and a variety of other different restaurants. Usually I'll use Grubhub and I'll order something online. You also get a intro bonus as well of 90,000 reward points when you make your first $6,000 of purchases on the card. So that's the first card, the Personal Gold Card by American Express with 4 times points on dining and groceries. Now let's hop over to the next card that we have here, which is the Platinum Card. Now this is the classic card you probably know, you recognize. It's a card a lot of people aspire to be able to get. Similar to the Black Card Centurion card, the Platinum Card is an elevated card. It does come with a high annual fee, but there's a lot of perks and a lot of prestige, in addition to some really good multipliers on points that I'm gonna cover. So as you can see, the Platinum Card, it does have a big welcome bonus. You can see here, we'll get back to that in a second. It's got a few different art designs, which are pretty cool. So there's some pretty cool other designs here. But what this allows you to do is you can see you get $1,500 in platinum value with the credit. So the annual fee is $695 a year, so it's a steep annual fee, but you can see you get a $200 hotel credit per year. You get a $240 entertainment credit. So this is on different entertainment, so Disney, Hulu. I believe I use this for Hulu plus Showtime. It gets me $20 a month towards that. You use it for Sirius, Peacock, New York Times, a variety of different platforms. $155 Walmart Plus credit. You also get the Global Lounge Collection. Now what this gets you access to is the Centurion Lounge at different airports that have that lounge you can get in with your Platinum Card. But it also gives you a Priority Pass membership that has access to a network of over 6,000 lounges at airports across the country and across the globe that you can get in just for having this card. When I go and travel, I get to get into these different lounges at the airports, which makes it a much, much better experience than having to wait in the main terminal. You also get a $200 Uber cash credit, $15 per month, and then a bonus $20 in December. You get a $200 airline fee credit, and you get a $100 credit at Saks, Fifth Avenue, $300 at Equinox, $189 credit with Clear, which allows you to basically skip the line at the TSA line, which honestly, especially traveling around the holidays, can be a lot. So it's definitely come in handy recently for me. And you also get global dining access by Resy and a few other extra perks as well. Now you can see down here, in terms of multipliers, you get 5 times points on flights directly booked with American Express Travel and up to $500,000 of purchases, and 5x points on prepaid hotels on AmexTravel.com as well. And Amex Travel makes it really easy to go and book on really any airline or any hotel, and then get those 5 times points in return. And then you get 1 times points on everything else. So really, what this is all about is all of these exclusive perks here, in addition to these different multipliers on travel. And there's also a few other perks down here too. If you kind of scroll down, you'll see that you also get a few different statuses. So you're gonna get Marriott Bonvoy Gold status, Hilton Gold status, and a few other statuses as well. And then you can see here, when you use the link, you'll get 150,000 membership reward points when you spend $8,000 in your first 6 months of membership after getting the Platinum Card. So the Platinum Card is a really, really valuable card, and it's also a very heavy card too. It kind of has that nice, strong feel to it, and it's just a fun one to pull out. That said, I don't recommend using the Platinum Card at restaurants, right? No matter how much you might want to throw down that Platinum Card, if you want to get more points, you're actually going to get more points with the Business Gold Card. There's a reason we put the Business Gold Card in the top spot on this list, and that's because you earn 4 times points on dining and groceries. The Platinum Card will just give you more points, 5 times points on travel. You want to use the Gold Card on dining and groceries, and you want to use the Platinum Card on travel. But if you're only going to get one card, I'd recommend getting the Gold Card instead, because the Gold Card is at least going to give you those 4 times points on dining, groceries, and then 3 times points on travel. So overall, you're going to actually be better off if you're just getting one card to go for the Gold Card. Now, the next card that we have is the Chase Sapphire Reserve Card. Now, this card allows you to get a lot of really, really cool perks. And you can see here, it has a $300 annual travel credit. You get a $300 travel credit every single year that you can easily use on different travel expenses. Then you get 10 times points on hotels and car rentals, which is a massive point multiplier. 10 times points is really, really powerful. That can add up. And then 5 times points on flights booked through Chase. So with flights, it's similar to the Amex Platinum Card, but you actually get extra points on hotels, 10x points when you use the Chase Sapphire Reserve. You also get 3 times points on dining and travel. So overall, the Chase Sapphire Reserve has a lot of these different features built into that one card. Now you can see down here, it talks about the statement credit. You can also see the 5 times points on flights, 10 times points on hotels, 10 times points on Chase dining. And then you also get some multipliers when you go and book travel here. You get extra redemption value. You get global TSA pre-check credit. You also get some of the lounge access as well, including the Sapphire lounges. Now, you can also see that you're going to be able to get perks towards the luxury hotel collection. You're going to get invited to experiences. This is another one that's really cool too, is 10 times points on Lyft rides. I spend a lot of money on Uber and Lyft, and so getting that extra perk is really valuable. And then you can see down here, you get complimentary access to Dash Pass, so DoorDash, $15 monthly credit on Instacart, as well as complimentary Instacart Plus. So these are things that you probably use anyways. Then you get extra points on Peloton, and there's a few other perks as well. So there's a lot of perks in addition to high multipliers, making the Chase Sapphire Reserve a really, really powerful card, and one that I definitely recommend. It's right up there with the American Express card. Really, these top 3 cards are all in this really high tier league. It just depends on exactly what you're looking for and the combination of card that you're looking to have. The next card that we have here is the Capital One Venture X reward card. Now, this is Capital One's kind of premier, really powerful card. And you can see here that this is a little bit different. It has unlimited 2 times miles on basically all of your spend. And then you also get 75,000 bonus miles when you go and sign up. And so you can see here, this is unlimited rewards. So what you're gonna be able to do is basically earn 2 times miles on all of your spend. So with the other cards, they typically have a 1 times points for your general spend, right? So random things that you happen to buy that aren't travel, aren't dining, restaurants, those types of things. With this card, you can just throw all those other expenses on the Capital One Venture X and get 2 points instead of just 1 point on those other purchases that maybe aren't included in those different categories. Now, in addition to that, of course, you'll get 75,000 bonus miles when you sign up and spend those initial $4,000. And you're also going to get 10 times miles on hotels and rental cars booked through Capital One Travel, and 5 times miles on points booked through their travel portal as well. So similar to some of those other cards that they have too. And there's a few other details here. Now, this card doesn't necessarily have as many bells and whistles as the others. That said, those unlimited 2 times miles can add up quickly and can be really impactful. The other thing that I really like about the Capital One Venture X rewards card is I actually put my rent on this card. Now you might think, okay, well, why would you put your rent on the card? And I know not everywhere allows you to put rent on a credit card. That said, the fee is nominal compared with the number of points that I'm able to get, and I'm able to get those points through Capital One Venture X, so I get 2 times points on every dollar I spend, even on things like rent, where you might not normally earn a high multiplier. Now, switching gears for a second, you might be wondering, well, what about a card that doesn't have an annual fee, or one that has a little bit more of a focus on cash back, although you can also use reward points here as well? Well, in that case, I'd recommend the line of Chase Freedom cards. There's the Freedom Unlimited, Freedom Flex, Freedom Rise, and Slate Edge. I specifically have the Chase Freedom Unlimited. By the way, I have every single card that I'm showcasing inside of this video, so I understand it inside and out. And yes, I do have a lot of credit cards and business credit cards, but that's how I earn so many points. So I want to make sure I speak from experience. I've also heard good things about these other Chase cards, but the Freedom Unlimited is a specific card that I have. Now, this allows you to earn cash back, but the way that Chase does this cash back is you can also use those cents that you would get in cash back as points instead and actually redeem it for more travel. You can see here that you have, a $200, kind of bonus offer, which would also be 20,000 bonus points, right, and redeemable in points. And then you get 5% on gas and grocery stores, and then unlimited 1.5% cash back on everything. Now, this shows up as actual 1.5% on points. So you actually get 1.5 points per dollar. You're also earning 3% on dining and restaurants, 3% on drugstore purchases, 5% on travel. So really, this is a pretty powerful card that doesn't have an annual fee, has a 0% intro APR for 15 months. You actually don't pay interest on this card if you carry a balance. So this could be a great card to kind of start off, especially if you're making some purchases that you need to potentially carry a balance on. You could do that on that card. I wouldn't recommend that on any other card because you don't want to pay high interest rates. I recommend, with any card that you're getting, just make sure that you're paying it off in full every single month. Don't, go beyond your means just because you have a card. Reward points are great, but you also want to make sure that you're buying things and paying off in time, because otherwise you're spending money on interest and that's going to negate the reward points you're earning. That said, this card could be a good option for you because you can get 0% APR on it, and you also get a lot of bonus points. Now we're gonna switch gears a little bit and talk about some of the best cards for hotels and airlines. This is also gonna be a little bit based on what I've found to give you the best rewards, but there's a few different options here as well, so you can figure out which one's gonna be the best for you. So you can see here, we've got the Marriott Bonvoy Bevy American Express card. Now, this card is gonna allow you, of course, to get some intro bonus for 85,000 points, but then you get 6 times points at hotels participating in Marriott Bonvoy. Then 4 times points at restaurants worldwide and supermarkets up to a certain amount, and then 2 times points on all other purchases. So this is specifically with Marriott. This is really gonna allow you to rack up some Marriott rewards relatively quickly. There's another card, which is the Marriott Bonvoy Brilliant. Now, it's the same 6 times points on the Marriott Bonvoy hotels. It also gives you the 3 times points at restaurants, but you also get $300 back per year up to $25 a month at restaurants, so it gives you a cool restaurant perk, and 95,000 points, and there's some additional details in here as well. You get a $300 dining statement credit, a free night award every year after your card renewal month. So this is actually a free night that you get each year just for having this card. Now, it's the same thing with the other card as well. It's called a keeper card because every year you're gonna get a free night, and that free night is really valuable and oftentimes can make up the cost of the annual fee. Now, in this case, this one's a little bit of a higher annual fee, so you gotta make sure you get some of those other credits. But when you stack those up, you're gonna get a really good perk here. Now, you can also see there's a $100 Marriott Bonvoy property credit when you book at certain Marriott properties. And they also have the ability for you to go in and earn platinum status complimentary, so you actually become a Marriott Platinum member just for having this card. And you can also see there's a few other really cool credits here as well, like Priority Pass, where you can get into those lounges that we talked about earlier. That said, if you already have one of the other cards, then it's kind of redundant. Now, there's a few other really cool features in here as well. That's kind of just a general overview of what that card looks like. You can look at the Marriott Brilliant or the Marriott Bonvoy Bevy. I actually included a link that will bring you to both of them, depending on which one is going to be the best fit for you. There's also the Hilton cards as well. I like to stay both at Marriott and Hilton. I've gone more Marriott recently, but I still have my Hilton Aspire card, which is their high tier card that gives me diamond status at Hilton. It also gives me extra points. But there's a couple other cool American Express Hilton cards as well. There's the regular Hilton Honors American Surpass card, and then the Hilton Honors card with no annual fee. Now, the Hilton Honors Aspire card, which is the one that I have, gives you a whopping 14 times points on hotels and resorts booked with this card at Hilton, 7 times on travel, 7 times on dining, and 3 times for every dollar spent. Now, you might be looking at that and say, wow, that seems like the best card that you've shown so far, and it is a really strong card. That said, these points, Hilton points, are usually worth only about half or a third regular points. So when it's saying 7 times points on dining, it's gonna be more like 2 to 3 times points. Same thing with its regular multiplier, 3 times points per dollar, more like about 1 point per dollar. Hilton points just are valued a little bit lower. As you can see, you're gonna get complimentary Hilton Diamond status, which is Hilton's highest level of status. So unlike the Marriott card where you do have to earn your way up to Titanium and then Ambassador, with the Hilton Aspire card, you go straight to Diamond. That's one of the reasons I still have this Aspire card, even though I mostly stay at Marriott. I don't stay at enough nights at Hilton to get Diamond on its own, but with this card, I can have Hilton Diamond status, and then with my stays at Marriott, I can have Ambassador status. That way, regardless of the hotel that I go to, I'm gonna have the highest tier of status, and I'm gonna get an upgrade and get into a higher tier room. So you can see here, complimentary Diamond status, an annual free night. So every year you're gonna get an annual free night. The cool thing with Hilton is this is an unlimited night, so you can use this for any of their properties, even their really high-end properties. And then you're also gonna get a $400 Hilton Resort credit as well. So $200 semi-annually, and then you can use that for fun things at the different resorts. You know, use it towards dining or spa or whatever it happens to be that you enjoy. So while Marriott and Hilton are my main cards that I love, I also have the IHG Premier Card as well, but I want to talk about the IHG Premier Card because they have a really cool promotion going on. 4 free nights worth up to 40,000 points each when you sign up for this card, which is a really, really high redemption at IHG. And it's a $99 annual fee, but you get a reward night every single year. You can see an anniversary free night. So the reason this is a keeper card is it's $99, but you're actually going to get a free night worth up to 40,000 points every single year. So you're making money even if you just stay at one hotel per year at IHG. It'll also give you automatic Platinum Elite status, which is their highest level of status as well. So this is a cool way if you have a little bit less to spend and you want to get in on a high level of status at a hotel. IHG could actually be a good in with this card. And you can see there's also a few other benefits too. They got global entry status, United Airlines Travel Bank cash, the ability to redeem 3 nights and get a 4th night free at IHG properties. It's a pretty cool credit card, and that's another one that I would recommend too. Now on the airline side, I'm gonna feature one main card, which is my favorite card for airline travel. I mostly just book airline travel using my Platinum card to get the 5x points back instead of using a variety of different cards. I mostly just have the card for the main airline that I use, which is Delta. So I've got the Delta Skymiles Platinum card. That's gonna give me extra perks at Delta itself. There's some really cool perks with these Delta cards, similar to Marriott and Hilton. It'll actually bring you to a page that'll give you a choice. So you can see here, there's the gold card. Go down here, there's the platinum, and then there's also the reserve. I specifically use the platinum card, and what that allows me to do, and you can see some of the perks, is I'm gonna go and get companion certificate each year so I can buy a ticket and then have somebody else be able to join me included as a companion. Then I also get checked bags for free. I get a certain percentage back on in-flight purchases. And then I also have Delta Sky Club access for a certain amount of money. You can also get the reserve card to have the Sky Mile access included. That said, I don't mind having the access here because then I can just use that as my perk on the Platinum card. So essentially, I use this Platinum card at Delta. It also has a good earning ability on here as well. But essentially, you're also gonna earn an extra amount of points whenever you go and book on Delta using that card. That said, I do mostly book my flights using the Platinum card to be able to give me that 5 times points. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments down below if you found this video valuable. And also let me know down below if you want me to do a breakdown of how to actually redeem these points for the maximum amount of travel as well. I know a lot of people start accumulating a lot of points and then wondering, okay, how can I go and actually redeem this for travel? I'm happy to make a video around that too. But I'll also include a link to my full list of the best business credit cards for rewards, both in the annotation and down below. Also remember, all the links to all the cards I talked about today with those intro bonuses, those are all down in the description. You can check those out down below. Be sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, and I will see you in the next video.